Welcome back. Whitlock and Greg Jennings. Steven Jackson is back, and we're joined now by NBA champion Matt Barnes. Let's move to the Ball family, who haven't had the greatest month, with reports surfacing that the big baller brand on the verge of collapse, and now LaVar might be on the verge of another questionable decision, announcing that his youngest son, LaMelo, will skip college and the G League, opting instead to play overseas until he becomes eligible for the NBA draft. I think there's... LaVar said he didn't want his son playing in the G League against 28, 29-year-olds. I think there's a fear of him getting exposed against real talent. So send him overseas where we won't be paying attention. It won't be on local American TV, and the competition will probably be weaker. So it's probably a smart move. He's protecting his son because they've jacked up his career.
Yeah, I don't like the move because it takes him out of the pool of where the greatest talent is pulled from. College basketball. And you look at your oldest...
Yeah, he's ruined that. He can't go to college.
I understand that, but he hasn't completely ruled that out. He would have to possibly sit out.
No, he's violated all the eligibility rules.
Got it.
Rules.
So, I mean, for me, I look at it as Lonzo, this is LaVar really trying to create his own narrative. This is what he did with his son, Lonzo. This is what he does with Big Baller Brand. He wants to control the narrative. He wants to control what his sons do and where they go and where they end up.
Well, if he can't go to college, what other option is there? Second,
G League.
Right. If he don't, but that's what he's doing. He's definitely protecting his son. In the G League, it's some hungry dogs in that G League that's trying to get out of there, and they will embarrass him and they will challenge him. One thing I noticed about him is he's skilled offensively. But on defense, he has no motor. He has no. He's not one of those guys that go hard the whole time. And the G League is not for a guy like that. You want to send your son overseas and make him look better. You can't fault that for protecting the son.
I mean, I love the whole, first and foremost, with how you guys just closed the last segment, the fact that he's in their lives, a black father in his lives, can do, helping his sons. But that's where it stops for me, because I think he completely ruined, or on the way to ruining two. Luckily Zoe is finally breaking free of his dad and going with his own different shoe brand, covering up the tattoos. But, what he did to his middle son at UCLA, pulling him out of UCLA instead of making him sit there and take his punishment for stealing, which we could have been back and playing at UCLA and working towards whatever he was working towards. But then the youngest one, Melo's very talented. Like you said, he's his dad robbed him of his high school experience. So he, instead of winning a state championship, a couple weeks ago and playing in the McDonald's game last week, he's playing over Lithuania and then this BS JBL league or whatever it's called. So to me, LaVar is very selfish. I think because he wasn't an athlete and he missed his window, he's vicariously living through his kids, and he wants it like this instead of, he let me say crazy stuff to make people dislike my kids and draw attention. I think they had a great idea with the brand overall, but then as soon as they came out with the price points, the whole thing started going downhill from there. You had a chance to capture a unique audience with a reasonable price point, and they could have killed that market, but they put the price point too high, and after that move, everything's been downhill since. So as a father of three sons, I hate the way he moves with his kids, because it's more about him than it is about the boys, and that's unfortunate.
I think I want to be clear. I guess there is a path, a very difficult path, for LaMelo to get qualified to go to college.
That's what
But you got to remember, he's been pulled out of school. He's probably violated some amateurism rules or whatever. So I think it's a difficult path. And then it's like, if I'm a coach, do I really want to sign up a kid who clearly has no interest in school, who clearly will only be there for the shortest time possible? Then you got to deal with LaVar. And it's just a headache. Because, again, Steve Alford, we had him on the program a week ago or so. If LiAngelo doesn't lead those kids in that shoplifting incident in China, Steve Alford perhaps still has his job, because all those kids got suspended for a year. So I just think he's put this son behind the eight ball in a big way.
I think what Matt's hit on is right on the money. He is living vicariously through his sons. And it's because he understands how special his sons are, but he wants to be a part of it. And sometimes being a part of it is being in the background.
That's the worst fathers. That's some of the worst fathers.
Yes, and you're pushing way too hard. Let them just do what they do, and you'll enjoy the ride better that way. But he doesn't want to do it.
He wants to be the star.
All right, before we go, I want to tip my hat to Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski. He's drawing criticism from the hot take crowd for allegedly being outcoached in the regional final by Michigan State's Tom Izzo. It's not true. The Spartans won simply because they had more experience. But my praise of Coach K has little to do with Sunday's game. It has to do with what he said before the game. Coach K criticized the NCAA for its lack of vision. He said, the NCAA is not prepared right now. They need to be in concert with the NBA in developing a plan that is specific for men's college basketball. We should already have a plan. And I think what you do is the NBA has a plan, then we have a plan, and you say, well, do they mesh? Okay, that's pretty good. Your plan. In other words, we work a little bit better than our government, where we don't just sit on both sides of the aisle. Boom. Coach K is dead on here. The Zion Williamson phenomenon proves that the NBA and the NCAA need to work together for the good of basketball. Zion is 18 years old, and he's a bigger star than any 25-year-old or younger player in the NBA, including the Greek Freak and Joel Embiid. 1 year of college hoops transformed Zion into a top 10 basketball brand and the consensus #1 pick. College was not a waste of his time, and it also greatly benefited the NBA. Zion is must-see TV in a way that the Greek Freak, Embiid, Luka Doncic, and Ben Simmons are not. Coach K's comments should start a conversation between the NCAA and the NBA on how to financially reward the country's best players under the age of 21 to stay in school. That's what's best for the game of basketball at the collegiate and professional level. Part of the rush to join the NBA is to start the clock earlier on a player's second contract, which is far more lucrative than his rookie deal. Why not shorten the rookie contract for every year a player stays in college? Why not give a rookie player a one-time signing bonus depending on how many years of college he completed? There are ways to incentivize kids to do the right thing. Good parents have been doing it for years. Coach K is an excellent parent. All right, more Speak for Yourself right after this.